Hi friends, Tilly here, and I've tried something a little different. A little outside of the box. I told you I was going to give it a try, and I was going to try to keep growing, so this isn't an ATC, and it's not a tag, and it's not even a recipe card. I didn't have a calendar. We've done some moving around on the first floor of our condo, and we're getting rid of some of the larger pieces of furniture and replacing it with some smaller ones. Well, I ended up with a smaller desk for my computer up there, and I don't have it isn't a what is that called? I had an armoire, I think is the way you say it, for my computer before, and on the door there was a corkboard for calendar. Well, now I have, I just have a wall behind my new little desk. And so I thought, you know what, I'm going to give it a try. So here's what I came up with. And I know I'm not going to get it all in one shot, but I don't think. But it starts down here at the bottom with these accordion pockets, if you can see, just for things. My husband goes out and gets the mail each day, but then brings it in, and he really pretty much just puts it on my desk, and I take care of whatever's in it. So this is the bottom of the piece, and then the center, and then up here at the top, and I'm just trying to figure out how to go about this. I don't know whether I can, let me see. No, this is as far out as it will go. So this is the top. I tell you really what this is, and I think I might have shown that to you before, is I'm going to turn this over. It's a little, I have my ATCs from other crafters on one that's actually at 3 level, and it comes with, and I probably don't, yeah, it comes with these little little clips so that you can clip cards all the way along all these little tines. But on this one, I just used the top one. I cut out the paper so it'd fit over the hanger part, and the big clothespins up here at the top are just kind of really for looks, because I've got the paper glued over the metal to hold my calendar. And the calendar is just something that I printed off the internet, and it actually, these are 2 pieces of cardstock. There's one piece, and it goes, of course, to right here, and it's pasted over on top of another piece that's exactly like it. If you can see, they're not matched up perfect. You know, we can see so much after the fact, after it's done, and you think you've just got it the way you want it. You take a look, and everything's off just a little. And that's, I don't know, is that, I guess that's what being homemade is. But then I took my 2 big clothespins that I'm just using for decoration, really, and I used a little Distress ink, although you can't, some Dauber in the Faded Jean, although you can't see it too well, because I did use, and I don't know if I can turn, I've got this locked down, so yeah, there, I can turn it a little bit. I did use the Graphics 45, A Place in Time, which is bits and pieces for you to be able to make a calendar, and that's the paper that I used. And so most everything on here is paper from that, or it's the ephemera, the photos, what do you call that, the chipboard pieces, because it's not chipboard, it's cardstock pieces. Here, like these little stamps I don't know if you can see this all that well, and especially since I'm holding it sideways. Little stamps right here are from the paper set. What else? Oh, this border down here, I put a ribbon, because this is actually 2 pieces of cardstock. I'll show you on the back again. You see, 2 pieces of cardstock put together, and then I put a centerpiece of cardstock as kind of the heavier weight chipboard, I'm sorry. Put that together in the center just to give it a little bit more strength, so these 2 pieces held up a little bit better. To cover that seam where the 2 pieces of chipboard fit together, I put a ribbon, put down a ribbon first, and then this little floral comes from the Place and Time paper. Then I put the ribbon, and I put a little purple paper rose and a little brad right here, just, you know, just for fun. Then down here on these, you know what, too, I'm going to have to get, because I don't have it offhand, I'm going to have to get the link to the lady who gave the instructions on how to make these pockets. They're really quite simple to make, and I'm going to, we're going to be able to put a goodly amount of things in here, which is nice. But now it's just made from cardstock. I put these little tags, all of these coming from the Graphics 45 Place and Time. And then this paper right here. Now this is coordinations, just a solid color. But then the paper that's pasted over it is from the Place and Time Graphics 45, as well as this paper back here. And then these 2 sheets of paper and this border right here. And then all these little tags just came. They give you one with symbols for every month of the year, but I really felt like the 4 little envelope folds were all I was going to need to store things in. That's really, about all we have to separate as far as our incoming mail is concerned. I guess I can even put those things that are ready to be mailed out back here in this 4th one, but I did use the little tags. I used my paper roses down here again, and one in the orange. I did use some, this is plastic, little plastic beading, and glued that on this blue cardstock here. It needed a little something. Then I did do a little bit of distressing. Used the Right Persimmon, and I did that all along the edges of the cardstock. And then I used the what is this, Rusty Hinge, and that is all along the outside, all the way around. So this is how it's going to work. At least I hope it's going to work. And then each month I'll be able to just slide this. I'm trying to do this through the camera eye, and you know how I talk about my sight is just not that good. But I'll be able to pull this out, and I used my I don't remember what the name of that thing is. It punches the holes in for you wherever you want them, and then it clinches down your whatever this wire is called. But I can't remember I can't remember the actual name. I'll put that on too, but I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about. But I'll be able to turn the page like this. I did put a piece of cardstock as the back side. I wasn't watching my time, was I? Be able to turn the page and then slide it back in. And there we'll be ready. Got it caught on the camera. And there we'll be ready to start with February. So each month I'll be able to change the page and then put the old page down the back side. So anyway, folks, I just went to a website. I typed, in Google that I wanted free 2013 calendar, and I picked a site and went there, and there were like 57 styles to choose from, and this is just the one that I happened to choose. But they're free, and you just print them out, and that's the end of it. So I wish I could give you, I don't know how far back I would have to go to give you a, can I pull the camera back? Oh, well, see, I can't stretch my arm long enough to get back far enough so that you can actually get the whole thing in. There, I'll raise the camera, how's that? And then the two clothespins at the top, and then the hanger hook will go over a little nail. Oh, and I made, I don't know where it is here in this mess, but I made one of those little rose, from Tim Holtz, those little, I'm digging to see if I can find it. I made it in tan, and it's here somewhere in my mess, but I made one of these little guys so that I could, once I put the nail in, then I'm going to put this on, I'll hang the hanger over it and then put this on the head of the nail, so you can't see the nail. You'll just see the flower, and it's in the tan. It's in this tan paper. So there it is. there is my calendar, and so hang with me, folks. I'm just jumping in with both feet in uncharted waters. And so let me know what you think of it. And like I say, I'll leave you the address down below that you can get the tutorial for making these envelopes. Is that what you call it? Or folders? And you can make them any size you want. So it's really kind of cool. And I watched her. I watched a video twice because I wasn't getting it. But it's very simple. I made this graph for myself, and I don't know if you'll be able to read this or not. This is actually there's a 4-inch, and then you have enough room after making a 4-inch pocket. You have enough room on a 12 by 12 to make another, either a 5-inch or a 6-inch. So it is not a waste. It is not a waste of paper, because you can use quite a bit of your cardstock. So I was very, very pleased with that part of it. You do need to watch, though. I did use the Coordinations solid colors. The only thing is, it's just like with the origami. When you go to fold, this heavier, thicker cardstock does not fold. It cracks a little bit. So if you're going to distress it, that's fine. If you're not going to distress it, then you're going to need to use, or to make a decision about what cardstock you're going to use to make those pockets. And it probably should not be the very best or the heaviest cardstock that you can find. It should be, you should be able to fold it a lot easier, like you would with when you're doing origami. So that's it for me, and I thank you very much for listening to me ramble on about my new and exciting adventure. I'm going to hang this on the wall and see if my husband lets me allows me to keep it up on the living room wall, or if he tells me to take it back downstairs to the craft room and hang it up down there. So keep your fingers crossed for me. We'll see what he says. But I do thank you very much for watching, and as always, please leave a message below. Tell me what you think. Tell me where I could have done something a little bit better. Give me advice. I'm really receptive. I really am, and you all are so darn talented that I respect every one of you, and would be delighted to hear anything that you would have to say. So leave a message if you want. If not, then I will be talking to you soon. So this is Tilly signing off. Bye-bye, folks.